Just didn't feel like the first half, as good as Nick played, 10 turnovers. I think they had 10 points on offensive rebounds. If he would have told me we shot 51%, and we out-rebounded them, and we did some decent things, but I felt in general we did not play very good. I think Florida had something to do with it. I give Mike credit. There's a point there where I thought we could maybe widen that lead, and we made some critically dumb plays, and they made some very good plays. And so I thought all of us, including me, I didn't think I called a great game. I didn't think Cash, it was the first game that he really looked tired to me, and again, that's me, but give Florida credit. They're going to win some games. They've lost about 3 just like that, down at the buzzer, and I'm just proud of my guys for the 6 games. This was one of the more incredible stretches in my career as far as number of games against good people on the road in a short period of time. So I'm going to take the win and get out of here. I'm going to realize that we did not play great and blame me some and give Florida credit for the other.
Tom, were you concerned? It seemed late. Maybe they were losing their poise a little bit.
Yeah.
Did that concern you a little?
Yeah. We talked about early that key to the game. We thought Florida was physically pretty tough. They have very good athletic big guards, 6'4", 6'5", and I thought they really came at us early. But we put on the board early. It's going to have to be a day of incredible physical toughness, but maybe it's important or more because of the crowd, coming in here and seeing all the shirts and what they did. Give marketing people here credit. It was mental toughness, and I thought mental toughness you lose when you're fatigued, and that's what it looked like to me.
Tom, what can you say about Kyle Lawrence? It looked like he needed somebody down the stretch to make some plays, and he came out.
Yeah, Kyle and Josh down the stretch were unbelievable. Like I said, Cash was struggling a little bit. Thank you. And but Kyle, I think he scored 7 points in a row at the end, including that big dunk, and 2 of them were right at the buzzer. He's waited a long time to have a day like this. It seems like it's been forever, and so I take my hat off to him. It was good to get McQuaid back. I thought he did all right, considering he missed 2 straight weeks. And, we have a much needed week off, even though it's exams. And hopefully we can start practicing, get some of those freshmen worked in a little bit, and get moving forward.
Coach, how critical were your guys in the post, especially Nick Ward there?
Yeah, Nick was a monster early. I thought he did a lot of good things early, and he struggled a little bit defensively. That's why we had him in and out a little bit. And Xavier was really good defensively, and struggled a little bit, although he was pretty good offensively. He had a couple times when he too struggled. So I thought that Nick, early was really, really good. Didn't rebound as good as we'd like him to, but he was really good. And then later on, for him to get 5 rebounds, that's still a problem for us. So I can take some positives and I can take some negatives out of this.
Tom, you mentioned the 6-game stretch. If we would have told you going in you'd win 5 of those, I think you probably would have been happy with it. What does that kind of say
Not
about
even
your
my
team?
mother, It was, I thought the games we played, the teams we played, and where we played, and just the road that we went on, I thought it was an incredible 6 games. And, this was a game that Florida's had a couple games like this. Oklahoma, Butler, whatever. They've had, of their 4 losses, 3 of them have been just kind of like this. They're going to bounce back and be good. They got good players. And for us, we got to make sure now we grow. A third of the season's over. Can we get better? Because today we took a step back, and that's taking nothing away from Florida, but we did not execute as well. And I said we looked really tired.
You talked about that you thought you could expand the lead a couple of times. What was Florida able to do to keep that from happening?
Well, they had a couple steals. That steal off the inbounds play, was ridiculous. Then they had one where, 2 rebounds we should have had, and they kick it out and get a 3. Those things hurt you, and we're not that dynamic of a team yet where we can, give up things like that. So it'll give me a good reason to get back and get after it rebounding wise a little bit, because they kicked our butt on that, and not many teams do.
McQuaid play about what you thought, or is that a little more than maybe you thought he was?
You know, a little more than I thought. I mean, I didn't know. He felt pretty good. You know, he wasn't the same offensively. I thought he passed up some things, but defensively he's so solid. And they were, you know, really hurting us on that ball screen between Cash and Nick, struggling a little bit. And I said, Cash has been so good on those, but today he just didn't have the same lift that he's been having.
Tom, when you look at Kyle Arn's career, was there a point that you thought these moments late in the game that would never happen for him at Michigan State?
I thought when they recruited him they would, but yeah, I can't say that the way his career has gone just because of all the injuries, but those were some big baskets, and the three was big, the drive and the dunk, the drive and the reverse layup. He's very athletic, as we all know. And I thought he took over, and I thought Josh right before that took over a little bit, and it's usually the time Cash does, but thank God those two guys really did rise up.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thanks a lot.